peel these right off into that propane tank. That's how the old timers did it. Definitely getting pretty dark. No, maybe not. Actually, we're gonna put 2 more in there. There we go. Done with batch number 2. Blood. Ugh. It works, but ugh. Here we go. Yeah, so today we're getting ready for coyote trapping. That's right around the corner. It's October 8th. We get to start trapping on the 20th. So first things first, I gotta dye my coyote trap. So I'm out here on my property in an alder patch. I use alder as to make my dye. I'll peel a bunch of this alder bark and put it in a container. Actually, it's a container right here. It's a cut off propane tank. Old propane tank I cut down, made into my boiling tank. Yeah, I'll peel these right off into that propane tank. That makes wicked good dye. I'll use alder bark and I'll use hemlock bark. So once we're done with this, we'll go get some hemlock bark too. This is how they used to do it. You ain't no trapper if you don't do it this way. I love doing this stuff on my own. Everything I can do on my own, I do it. Another bundle. So the only thing about this, it takes a lot. That's why nobody wants to do it. It's work. So I don't mind it. Like, it takes a lot. I'll fill that thing half full of bark by the time I'm done when I stop boiling. Check out the barrel, little barrel thing on this one. That's pretty funny. Yeah, that's probably enough. We'll peel that and then we'll get some hemlock bark. So that's what they did it for years and years out of this stuff. So that's pretty cool. I'll keep the tradition alive. Alright, we're gonna start peeling some of that bark right into that pot. So what I do is I just got a knife. I don't know how this knife's gonna work, but oh yeah, it'll work just fine. Sit here and peel a bunch. That's how the old timers did it. See, it takes a lot of work. That's why people don't do this, because it's too much work for them. They'll say they don't have the time or something, and all it is, they don't want to make the time. Everybody wants the easy route. I love doing this stuff. I look forward to doing this every year, every fall. Dye my traps, wax my traps, make some wax dirt, get my baits ready, and then opening day of coyote season, I'm putting the freaking hammer down. Sucks though, day after opening season we got a moose hunt to go on, so I got to I'm only going to set a few traps right off the start. Hopefully we'll get our moose quickly and then we can hammer down on coyote trapping. And then the week after that is when beaver trapping starts. We're actually going for beaver, more beaver this year than ever, so we'll set probably a couple dozen coyote traps and then we'll hammer down on beaver trapping. I think that'll be enough of all the bark. That's quite a bit. It's probably a third of a barrel. But I'm still gonna go get some of that hemlock bark. This is the hemlock tree I've been using for quite a few years. You can see all that I've chipped off of it. It's all kind of growing back too. Nice. So now it's a big old hemlock right beside my house here. House is only right there. I'm gonna try to shave some off into this bucket the best I can. probably could just use all of one bark, but that's just one of them traditions. I've always used both. I'm gonna keep using both. All right, that's probably good. All right, we can dump that bark. That stuff there makes me pretty close to half a pot. This is where I'm gonna boil them at. So I got a little outside pit here, some fire brick and a grate. This is where I cook my meals sometimes and cook dog food. I cook fish or whatnot. There. Yeah, so this is what we're after today, is dyeing these traps. I go through and take off all the earth anchors. I do have earth anchors. I gotta locate my earth anchors. I'm in a bucket or hanging. Oh, there they are. They're hanging right here. So yeah, I gotta dye all these. Get all these rusty ones looking like this. I'm gonna let it get going and get some more wood on top of that cedar once it settles down. And I gotta go work at my sugar shack for a little while, and then I'll come back. Hopefully it will boil for a while. Then I'll start putting some traps in. I've had it boiling for quite a while. Put some more wood on it. It's definitely getting pretty dark. Eggs on it. 3 swivels. This is how I set traps. Always have, always will. Sit it down. Pan looks nice and level. Make sure the pan's nice and level. You don't want to be messing with all these after you've got them all waxed and all, dyed and waxed. Make it go off. That's a nice crisp going off. Alright, that one's ready. Yeah, we go through them all. Every year I do this. If you want to be a good trapper, you probably should do this. Sometimes you got weak traps, or traps that won't set right, or pans that are off, and if the pan's off, these are actually a Duke 550, same thing as an MB 550, but if the pan isn't at the right thing, you got to bend this piece right here. So that one there, that looks fairly good, all nice and level. Another thing I did with these Duke 550s was cut off the corners of the pan. They had a big square pan on there. I felt like the foot could be over here more and setting it off, and then part of the foot be still on the jar, and then that just kicks off their foot. And that pan is way too low. Look at that. That's, I don't know if you can see it now. Won't be able to see it in the video. Looks nice in the video, but that right there is down quite a bit. So now we are going to bend this tab out a little bit. Just a little bit. Oh, that goes a little too far. Nope, that's perfect. Yeah, it sucks. Video ain't doing justice, but yeah, that's level. That's a level pan. If you gotta load your feet all of them, I got a bunch of J hooks. Okay, that looks good. This wire, I actually make all of these myself. You just bend that in U, make it so it hooks around it, and hang all your traps. These are some earth anchors. Drop them in the ground, keep the coyote right there. And you can't even pull it out. A human can't even pull these out, so coyote definitely can't. So you dye them too. And keep getting traps ready here. So normally I got a spot over here where the kennel is by them blue barrels right behind me to hang my traps after I boil them, but I put a kennel there now, some dogs, so I gotta make a new spot. So what I'm gonna do is take this ash tree right here and cut it down, and probably put it between a couple trees right here, and put a bunch of nails in it and hang my traps right here. So get this down and get this all set up. So if you follow me, you know I got beaver in my pond, so anytime I cut a hardwood down right close to the house here, I throw the brush out to the pond for the beaver. So let's go throw this out for the beavers. So we're gonna throw out this ash brush. They'll like this. Especially now they're putting up their food bed right now, so. Don't like that. You come back tomorrow morning, all this stuff will be twitched straight over in front of the house. Put up for their winter food. Put this up in that notch of the tree we just cut it out of. See where this end went. There's a land right here. That would work. There's some screws. I can screw that in right now. Case. Look at all the traps on there. It's quite a bit of weight. Oh. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8's gonna be good for my first time. I dropped them all in there for about 5 minutes. Maybe not. Oh yeah, no, maybe not. Yeah. There, first 8 traps in. Well, that first batch is going. We're gonna get some nails into this log. Hang them all on there. Just got some small nails here to maybe 6 inches or so for the nail. Make sure to point it up so it kind of holds the trap up. Get back to getting some traps ready here. Get these things all tested and ready for the next batch. Not really boiling real good. We gotta wait for it to get boiling really good again. You don't want to leave your traps in there too long. They'll leak in the spring, but it's not really boiling. You want it to melt the wax off and everything too. So, oh shit, backwards. That's good. I'm just gonna put a whole batch of traps on one ring. Can't find all my rings right now. I'll get the boiling. These going to be out for hunting this afternoon. Tomorrow I can look for the other ring. I think this batch is done. Just let them dry, and then I'll wax them here in a day or two. Hopefully I got enough wax. I might have to order some wax, but I think I got enough wax to at least get me started. We'll see. I don't know. All right. And 5. There. All right. Give that good 5 to 10 minutes. Another batch done. Get them out of there without so much stuff. Yeah, that one's a lot better. Yeah. These ones hung up. Ain't no rust color in them. Really, when I dye them too, when I wax them, they'll really pop. Alright, another battery to go in. I think our dye is working pretty good. Get this shiny saw wrench here, put it underneath, instantly disappears. That's some dark water. I'm probably gonna add some more bark though here eventually. So here's some old traps that have been run over, or like this one here, somebody shot that with a gun. Right up close they shot that with a gun. Had the shell right there and everything. They're all like run over. That one's been run over. It's a little squashed. It's just the bottom plate. I probably could straighten that out. But this year I don't need much. Look at that one. That one's very squinched. That one got run over pretty good. That's the problem when I set my traps right on the side of a road, so I don't complain about this stuff happening. That's part of putting your stuff out in the public. Is there's a chance somebody's gonna shoot your trap or shoot your coyote in the trap or steal your trap. You're putting your stuff out in the public. Go with the Duke 550, not the MB 550, which the Duke's just copying MB, but they're made out of cheaper metal. The wings of the traps bend a lot easier. Like when I get coyotes, they'll tweak them things so bad compared to a buddy of mine that has the MBs. Them seem better made, American made metal better. But sometimes you gotta go with the cheap. But so they come with a square pan. The Duke 550 comes with a square pan. And what I did was I went and cut all the corners off of that pan. That's an MB, that's a Duke 550. I took and cut like here and over here and back there and back here. Cut all 4 of them corners off, make the pan a little bit smaller. I want that critter's foot to be centered in this trap. If it's off to one side, if part of their foot is on this jaw, it's just gonna kick their foot off. So I really try to concentrate them right in the center. So that was something extra I did a couple years ago. I went through with my grinder, cut off wheel, and cut all the corners off all of them traps. So I don't know if it helps or not. Just one of them things I do a lot of extra that I probably don't have to do, but who knows? That's how you become a good trapper. You try, figure it out. If it works for you, great. If it don't work for you, don't do it. That's how it goes. What works for me probably won't work for other people. I already guarantee it. I know it don't work for the antis. And there's plenty of them. That's another reason why a lot of people don't get into trapping is you get a lot of backlash. You just gotta in one ear, out the other. I'm not worried about what they think. They're doing their part by not being a trapper, and I'm doing my part by being a trapper. Oh, I see it. Yeah, this swivel's all messed up. So I go through all my stuff. I'll change that swivel out. All we got is these tools here. Put that in that J hook and it separates it right out. Pretty slick tool. Oh, this is the one with my tag on it, so I gotta make sure I change my tag over too. Just put that side there like that. Closed up J hook. Other side. Yeah. Alright, now that one's all fixed. Nice, good swivel. This is just so they can't twist their feet up in the trap. There's so many laws nowadays. Everybody's still dead against trapping when we have so many laws to make this so we don't hurt critters. Ow, that's hot. Oh, that was good. Drop some of the line. Yeah. 5, 6 left to do. Get these ready and we're almost done. The last batch of traps and my earth anchors at the same time. Oh, I still gotta clean these all out. No, they don't look bad. No, they don't. Yeah, the way these earth anchors work is we got a rod there that we put in that and we drive this down in the ground. And when we pull on the chain is in the center of the thing, so it tries to pull up on it. Oh, it's digging in my finger. And these here are angled, so as we pull up, it's gonna go like this, and then it's stuck sideways. And we can't even pull them up. I have a special setup to pull these things out. So you gotta knock all the dirt out of the inside of these things, but it looks like there is. They're all done. Nope, still one. Alright, let's do that first, I guess. Use a screwdriver and just soften it up. Out. Alright, dump these right in there. And last batch of traps. Oop. We don't need to put any any more wood on it. I want to put some of my tools in there right now too. This is the rod we use to drive them earth anchors down. We put that in the earth anchor and drive it right down. Put these in one way and then I'll put them in the other way. And we still do a bunch more stuff. I still got to make a new sifter. Alright, we're done with that batch. Oh shit. Let's see. You need to do that. Alright, bring this down. Yeah, look how black them came out. We are all done. Yeah, that came out wicked nice. Very, very, very nice. That's what you get with your natural dye. When I wax them, they'll even pop even more as black. Black right out. Biggest reason we get them all black is like if the coyote dug the trap up or the trap was exposed. If it's black, it's less likely they saw it. We're done for today. We got them all boiled. So the next day or two, probably tomorrow if I get time, I'll try to. But I got some wax. I don't think I got enough wax. My problem. I might. I don't know. I hope I do, because I don't. If I order something, it's gonna be a week out, and I hate to do that. Like the day before season, I like to get them done a couple weeks before season and let them air out for a few days. So, but yeah, no, we're done for today. Tomorrow we'll finish getting some other stuff ready, and then we'll start working on some beaver traps. That'll be another whole episode, getting beaver traps ready. Today we're gonna wax some traps that we dyed yesterday. Got a thing here with wax from last year. I'm gonna start fire and start waxing. Yeah, so with the wax, I don't want to like have a huge fire. I don't want it to burn the wax. I don't want to give it a burnt smell to it. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of cedar here. First thing I do is move my pot here. Wax right up there. Light my back. We'll start getting some traps ready. So I do them individually in that wax. I don't put in like 10 at a time like I do the boiling. But we're gonna put them on these rings. That ring I showed you yesterday that I make. These things right here, I'm gonna put them individually on one trap per ring. Yeah, that'll be enough to get me started. And we'll let that wax get going. Let that wax get nice and hot, and then I'll put the traps in there for, oh, probably like 3 to 5 minutes or so. Gotta let the trap get warm enough. Not just like coat it, but you want the trap to be like melting the wax too. So while I wait for that to finish, get to a good boiling point, I'm gonna go get some crayfish for bait. 3 ducks hanging out in the pond here. Probably the same 3 that have been down to my house this summer. Oh, there they go. Something sucks about a GoPro, you can't zoom in. Start using my phone more or something so I can zoom in. But so here's my crayfish barrel. Crayfish and freshwater clams in there. Looks like all the crayfish are dead. There's a few still alive in there. Yeah, I got another barrel. There's another barrel right there with some bait fish in it. Whoa, going down. So we're just gonna dump these right into this barrel. We'll sort them all out back to my house. It was open. That guy got free. I'm just gonna go like this. Man, that stinks. Woo. That's the good stuff. Fucking coyotes love that stank stuff. They like the stank. Alright. Oh man, wow, that does stink. We're gonna head back to my house and jar some of this stuff up. We're getting there. A little bit. We've got quite a bit left to melt in there. So, getting there though. Nice and slowly like I wanted. Stuff is. Yeah. What we're gonna do is scoop up a bunch of this crayfish right in that jar. Stuff them right down in there. Some more. It's gonna be good for that jar. I'll get a couple jars of this. And I'll also wash that. The outside is nasty. Still doing good. Oh, that one's got lobster claws still in it. Crayfish claws still in it. So. Woo! One thing about being a trapper, you smell the worst if you're a trapper. Coyote trapper. That's good. Hopefully it doesn't go any more bad. I do have some sodium benzate. I think I'm saying that right. Maybe I'm gonna throw some in there right now. I think you're supposed to like mix it all through it and everything else, but that will preserve it at its rotten stage right now, so it don't continue to rot. And I'm no expert. I'm not trying to teach anybody how to do any of this stuff. I don't have a freaking clue if you ask me. Just roll with it. I'm supposed to mix that right through the whole batch. This will just keep the top from rotting, probably. Whatever. Alright, get my gloves on. That stuff is nasty. I hate having to wash my hands every 10 minutes. So that stuff is. Yeah. What we're gonna do is scoop up a bunch of this crayfish right in that jar. Shove it right in there too or something. Use a piece of wood. Probably a piece of wood I'm already putting on the fire. Guess this guy here maybe? No. Split that would work. Stuff them right down in there. Some more. So an old timer that taught me a lot of my coyote trapping always used lobster and shrimp and some type of shellfish. Shrimp or shellfish? I don't know. Here. It's gonna be good for that jar. I'll get a couple jars of this. And I'll also wash that. The outside is nasty. Still doing good. There's my little empty container here. Oh, that one's got lobster claws still in it. Crayfish claws still in it. So. Woo! One thing about being a trapper, you smell the worst if you're a trapper. Coyote trapper. Using the clams. I gotta put the clams in there too. The hell is that? Maybe coyote would eat this stuff. Anything to keep them alive. Yeah, I'm thinking 2 jars worth will probably be enough. I got a bunch of traps out catching crayfish at the moment too, so if I need more, I know where I can get some. And I think whatever's left in this, we're gonna go pre-baiting. You know, last year I pre-baited a lot. I don't know. I don't think it really helped me. But I think just to have this out in the area, like throw this off and I'll put it in the actual dirt hole where the trap's gonna go. The wax is almost ready. We're getting there. There's one little thin piece down at the bottom, float down there. Be melted in the next couple minutes. Right on the top of these two. Right clam and cray. Yep, so I'm gonna do deer meat too. I got some, probably been sitting out for about a month. Probably a little more than a month. I got some deer meat in a bottle, just rotting away. They love that stuff. Smells great to them. Rotten, being rotten. I have to be able to fit more than one trap at a time in there or not. It's not. I don't think we'll be able to. Try. Try to leave them in there for 3 to 5 minutes. Sometimes I'll pay attention and it'll be 3 minutes, and sometimes I'll forget and it'll be 5 minutes. How that works. 1, 2 traps done. Take off what I can for excess. And go hang them up. Actually, we're going to put 2 more in there. There we go. Yeah, these ones will be ready. Get that excess wax off there. See how it's all melted right to it. All right, another 2 down. Another 2 down. All right, another batch done. I've done quite a few. Yep, that's what I've gotten done already. They're coming out nice. Make more of them rings. All it is a flagging rod. All these little flagging rods, you usually see it like construction sites or people's lawns and stuff. All I do is bend the end into a hook, and make sure the hook is facing this way, and bend it around. Bend the top for the hook for the hang. And there's the ring. Work great for furs too. Alright, last trap going in. Trap's ready to come out. Yeah, it's been a long process today. We're done unwaxing. Until I catch a bunch, and then if I need more traps, I'll have to wax more. Now we're gonna see how many traps we actually have all together. Best time to do a count when they're all singled out on this log here. So I ended up with 43 traps. I got all together here. And they, the tree keeps hitting my thing. And they look nice. All ready to go. I even dyed some 110s yesterday. I got some 110 conibears there that I'm gonna set a lot of this year. Now I just got to make wax dirt, sift out some peat moss, make a new sifter, and I think that's it. A couple more baits, gather up my lures. I think we'll be ready for coyote trapping. For a new sifter, I got an old pot here, and I got a piece of screen here. This is actually out of my old sifter. It's like a pie plate round one. So we're gonna we're gonna cut the bottom out of this off and put that right in the bottom of it, and that'll be my new sifter. I'm gonna cut that smaller to fit inside there. Alright, see if it fits in there. Oh, I think I gotta push down on it. This. Yeah, that works a lot better. Gotta boil this, then we gotta use this to sift through some some anthill dirt. I gathered up some anthill dirt this summer, so I'm gonna sift that and make wax dirt. So I use peat moss instead of using a pan cover. I can just put peat moss all over the trap, and it's so spongy that it's not going to keep from the pan going down to set the trap off. So that's what the old timer that taught me the trap does. Works great. Simple as can be. It's got to be really dry peat moss is what it's got to be. Well, we're doing some pre-baiting now. I went down to a local pit area where I usually trap. Usually catch a lot of fox right here. So we're not going to put my bait right at the spot. We're just going to throw a few pieces out and let them get used to it. I'm going to put a crayfish down in there. I'm going to bury it back up. Make them think. Something like that. Good. And when I show up, I'll set another trap. Not right there, but somewhere right by it. And they'll think, oh, this spot's all safe. I've already eaten a piece there already. If I thought of it, I would have brought my rod, so I could have actually made a dart hole, but just getting the critters kind of familiar with the food I got here. Oh, that smells like rotten deer meat. Very much so. I don't know how it's going to come out of this bottle. I'm supposed to take it out of this bottle and put it in smaller bottles. What I'm supposed to do, but I just haven't done yet. Oh, yeah. Wow, that stinks. It smells like just right for coyote bait. Yeah, look at that stuff. That looks good. I like that. Almost forgot about a spot. This is a short little road that I actually set late last season. I actually think I do have some YouTube video of that too. Might be a short or something from last season. But yeah, this is where I set. You can see my rocks from last year. So I'll probably reuse them. And well, you see a coyote poop right on top of my set after last season. That looks like an old coyote turd. So yeah, we're not gonna put bait there right this second, but when I come set traps here, I'll set right there. Just far enough people can't see it from the road. Just throw out a piece like over here and a piece somewhere else right here, just to get them used to it. I don't think I'll set a trap around here. I have over the years, but this spot, we're on top of a big rock here. It's hard to put them earth anchors into a rock. But I just want to put some of this stuff right in the middle right here. And we're going to go up the side road right here. We'll do one more spot up in there and we'll call that good. This will be the last spot that I pre-bait for today. My house is probably half a mile that way, so pretty close to home. So yeah, we're just going to dump out a little bit of bait in a couple of spots, I guess. Maybe something over there. Oh Get them at least used to smelling the same exact meat and grabbing a piece without getting caught. So, alright, I think that's it for today. I got enough time. I'm gonna head out bow hunting for the rest of the day. And then tomorrow we'll work on some darts. We got wax dirt to make, and, or at least sift through and get ready to make. I don't have my wax yet. And we can at least sift my peat moss out tomorrow. Get that ready. I think we're getting pretty damn close to being done. Being ready. So another day. We should be done. Yeah, so today we're gonna sift out some darts. We got anthill dirt that I got this summer. I put in my barn, and we put my pot there in my boiling pot overnight. And got it unscented some, and now I'm gonna sift out some peat moss and that anthill dirt. So I just went up and got my peat moss. Got a bag, probably half a bag here. We're gonna sift that out first. Sifting it through. But yeah, that's probably enough. That's enough, quite a few sets. If I had to give a rough estimate, I'd say I could do 30 sets with that. Probably 30 or more sets I could do with that. So now we'll get to that dirt. So back in the day, old timers used to use anthill dirt. Ants produce off of wax to begin with to make their ant hills waterproof. So they'd get this stuff really, really dry and just use that. And now today, with our flake wax, we can wax this stuff ourselves, which even makes it more waterproof. And you can't even mix water in with this stuff. So makes it good for not freezing. So no, we're gonna sift out a batch of that. Grab this thing. I get out a lot of stuff. Anthill dirt, all roots, sticks, rocks. Yeah, that don't work good. Coyote trapping. What the ratio is, I think it's 5-gallon bucket of dirt to 2.5 pounds of wax. Pretty sure that's how it was. I'll look it up before I actually make it. So these things are 20 gallons, so I think I want to put a little more, and it'd be a 10 gallons. Be like 2 5-gallon buckets. Can't wait to be catching some coyotes. Alright, that's good enough for that. I'd say that's about 10 gallons of dirt. So I got looking up paraffin wax online and realized they sell it at the local hardware store. Just some Gulf wax, paraffin wax, it's unscented wax, how they used to seal jellies and jams and stuff, I guess. It's funny, my mother was just telling me about how my grandmother, my great-grandmother, used to use this stuff all the time, sealing her jellies and jams. So, no, I bought a bunch of this. Pretty expensive, but I got it today. That's what I wanted. I wanted wax today. Then I bought a cheese grater, and we're gonna start grating this stuff up. Still gonna be here for a while, so. But I have it today. Didn't have to wait. This is gonna take me forever, but whatever. It is what it is. We're almost done 1/4 of a pound. We got 5 times 4, 20. Only got 19 more pieces to go. I don't think there's quite 10 gallons in this thing. No, I don't think there's quite 10 gallons in there. Take me forever. A little by little. I'll do a couple bars now, a couple bars tomorrow. In a few days I'll have it done. Bar number 3. We got half a pound done. We're probably going to put 4 pounds through it. I don't think it's quite 10 gallons of dirt. And I don't have a clean 5-gallon bucket, so I'm just going to go with 4 pounds. Had it come out nice. Yeah, I'll just mix it all together with all this dirt. I'm done. As I heat this up on my wood stove, that'll melt in as I'm stirring it. I'll be able to watch it. That'll coat all the dirt with wax, and then water will not mixed with the dirt. I got 1 pound done. We got 3 more to go. I'm gonna do another bar or 2 now. Call it a day, get ready to go hunting. I got bow hunting right now to do. Deer. And tomorrow I'll finish doing the rest of it. And tomorrow night, the night after, I'll start making this on my wood stove. Alright, today we're making a board for releasing critters. So, we have an early coyote fox season that we have to release, like bobcats and fish or anything else we might, raccoons, anything that we might catch in our traps, foothold traps. So I make this board and I cut a notch out of this. I'll cut a V right here out of this, and then we could put the critter's leg, to put this over the critter's leg, and the trap will be on one side and the critter will be on the other side, and we can release it. So we're gonna make a new one this year. My old one is just getting old, crappy, used a lot, rides in the back of the truck under all the trapping gear all season. So we're gonna make a new one. So we're just gonna cut a notch right in it. Alright, got our notch cut out. So that way this will be like this. And we'll say this is the critter's leg. And we'll be able to go over the critter's leg. And now the critter will be on this side, and I can release the trap safely from this side. That's one thing I haven't done over the years with paint it. Might last a little longer if I paint it. Alright, we're almost done. One coat, we'll paint it again tomorrow. So today we're making our wax dirt. We're in my cabin here. We're gonna make it right on top of my wood stove. So what I'm gonna do is put some in this turkey pan, and we'll put it on top of the stove and keep stirring it until I see the wax melt. I get all that wax all mixed in here. I'll show you how to get it in there. So I don't want to burn it. Root mixed in here. So I try to stir it almost the whole time it's in here. I don't just let it sit for very long. You don't want no burnt flavor, burnt smell in there. Root. I can't wait to be setting some traps. I just got my permission from a couple of big landowners to go trap on their land locally. Yeah, it sucks. We got a moose hunt to go on. My father got drawn for a moose permit. I'm the sub-permittee. And that starts the day after coyote trapping starts. So I can't go run no big lines right at the beginning of the season. I'm just going to set probably a couple of local traps. And then once we're done with the moose hunt, I'll start setting some longer lines. Oh, I'm already starting to see it melting there. Yeah, you can see the wax melting in there. Probably can't on camera, but I can tell. It's getting to be less and less white in there. Especially down on the bottom there. It's all wet looking. It's all the wax melting down there, all good. It's all melting in. I'm still gonna stir it a little bit long. Alright, we're gonna test a little bit of it. I'm gonna put a little bit in this bowl, pour a little bit of water in there. It works great. Look how that's not even mixing. All that water's going all around that clump of wax. So that's a good ratio then. So we're gonna finish making it. Alright, what I'm gonna do is I don't want it hardening when it dries, when it cools, since it's all wax now. So I try to dump it between 2 pans. A bunch of times. We'll do this, I don't know, a dozen times maybe. So I'm not going to show you making all of this there. It's the same thing what I just did over and over and over. So I'll make a bunch of it and put it in a Rubbermaid container or a tote. And we'll be ready for trapping. Done with batch number 2. Well, we're done with making wax dirt for today. We got a couple batches done, and we'll finish it up next couple of days. And now we're gonna go hunting today, but tomorrow I'll get to making the rest of the bait and get the release board ready, and we'll be ready for trapping. So today we're gonna finish up my baits. I never did my deer meat the other day when I was doing my crayfish and clams, so we're gonna take some meat out of this jug and put it in the container. Nice and frosty last night. There's a wicked frost on everything this morning. Can't wait to be trapping. I love these cold, crisp mornings. Somewhere here, one of these ones here, I think it's empty. Woo! That stinks, whatever that is. These are all my old baits from last year. I still got all kinds of bait in this one. I want to say that's beaver meat. Oh, I see a bee on it. So yeah, that's beaver meat. Year-old beaver meat. Doesn't really smell like year-old deer meat, that's for sure. It's in this one. Ugh. That's deer burger. Ground up deer meat. This one. I think that smells like deer meat. Now I gotta try to poke that stuff out of there with a stick. This right here. I don't know if this will work or not. Wish I had a better container for this thing. I didn't, so. Oh, it's gonna be all blood. Ugh. It works, but ugh. Messy. Oh. Get a kick out of this. Just to keep these at where they're at, I'm gonna put some of that. I'm just gonna do one of them. One of them, I'm gonna put some of that sodium benzate. Kind of preserves it from rotting even more. But I really don't think I need that. But I still use it. There. Alright, now we just need a marker. Mark on these and find, either put them in my old bait bag or find a new bait bag. Call this one FD for fresh deer. Now you can put a little S down here knowing it's got the sodium benzate in it. This one here, same thing, FD. These ones here were old OD. Not overdosed. Old deer meat. This one was beaver. I'm just gonna write beaver right on it. And this one was mystery. I think it's deer meat. Alright, so all my baits are done. Now let's find a bag to put them in. Yeah, some of these ones are just at least rinse off before I put in the thing. Usually wear gloves when I'm taking out my bait anyway, so my hands don't stink like this stuff all day. So I only need one fresh deer. I'm gonna take the fresh deer without the sodium. We need an old deer. We need a crayfish, a fresh beaver, and a mystery one. Oh, and the clams. Yeah, I'm just going to use this Milwaukee bag as my new bait container. And then I'm going to probably just throw my lures right inside there with that. Is there any left in it? Yeah, there's a little bit. We've got some Dunlop lures. Got a mystery lure. Old. A lot of these are old. It's another Dunlop lure. Good. Beaver tail oil. Beaver tail oil is sweet. That stuff. It actually smells sweet. Another mystery lure. I don't know what half of these lures are. There's an empty container. I'll put some more bait in. That's my fork for my, get my bait out. Got a little bit of skunk essence here too that I make myself. Yeah, I think this is gonna work nice as a bait bag. So, yeah, that's gonna work very good as a bait bag. So there, that's done. Now we gotta drill some holes in this piece of plywood here and attach this rope so I can hold on to it right here. And I'll get this over the cricket's foot, and I gotta try to hold on to this and release that trap with my two hands. So I want to pull that in a little more. Pull it out. Probably, yeah. Out a little more. Yeah, just so the board doesn't fall. All right, so we're ready for coyote trapping. We got baits, we got release board, we got traps, anchors, hammer, drive rod for the anchors, J-hook tool, and me. Oh, and wax dirt and peat moss. So we are ready. So stay tuned to see what I catch this season. I'll document quite a bit of it.